if I use my microphone. Hi, how are you? How are you? Hey there on TikTok. How's it going? Hi, can you hear me on TikTok? My power went out and I have to charge my phone. So it's no microphone for TikTok, but there is a microphone for YouTube. So let me know if you can hear me okay on both, please. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. So if you can say something in the comments, let me know that you can hear me. I would very much appreciate it. But I am Jill. Welcome to your Phoenix Renewal Hour here live Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We made it through the weekend and now we are at Monday. We had the Lionsgate Portal 8-8 happen over the weekend. Did anybody notice anything with that in their personal lives? Did you notice anything this weekend? Any feelings? 8-8 is really big in astrology. I did do a video about the Lionsgate portal this weekend. I don't know if anybody saw. But yeah, interesting stuff going on in the sky. Let's see. I'm pulling up my notes, pulling them up, and we will see what's going on, not in. I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry. Welcome in. Hi there. Welcome. Make sure if you are new here that you are following, liking, subscribing, all the things so that you don't miss any of these shows. If you're on TikTok, make sure you are liking this. If you are in the room, that helps me out so much. I really appreciate it. So if you could like and share this out, I would be so grateful. Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Tiksha. Appreciate you. Thank you. Is it Tikka? Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Thank you so much for liking the live. So today is August 10th, 2026. Oh my goodness. So I'm really glad that I have my live at this exact time because something is literally happening in the sky right now that we're going to talk about. Welcome in. So thank you so much for liking the live. I appreciate you so much. So if you are new here, welcome. I'm Jill. This is your Phoenix Renewal Hour. I'm here live at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. I'm very happy you're all here. So what is happening in the sky tonight? All right, so we're going to get into it. So come settle in. Let's see. So we have a solar eclipse in Leo coming up on Wednesday. That's this Wednesday. That's 2 days from right now. And I want to walk you through every single day this week because what's happening in the sky between tonight and Wednesday is not just background noise. Welcome in, welcome in. It's not just background noise, it is preparation. Everything that happens between now and the eclipse is the cosmos getting you ready for what lands Wednesday night or Wednesday morning. Actually, it's happening on Wednesday morning is the eclipse. So it's a solar eclipse. Are you excited for that? So tonight, though, specifically, two major Venus transits are both exact. So one of them is happening right now as we are here on this live. Hello from Brazil. Welcome in. The moon is in Cancer. So that means that your emotions are going to be coming closer to the surface. Intuition might be sharper right now. And what needs to be seen tonight can be seen more clearly, right? So let's get into it and let's get this to be a real one. Let's bring the energy up. Say hello if you're new to the room. I want to say hi to everybody. Where are you coming in from? I am in Phoenix, Arizona, in the United States. And we are just going over our daily astrology, and then we'll go into some Buddhism and how we can use these things practically in our lives to get through our transformations as we're all going through self-discovery. Hello, Satoshi, welcome. Victoria, Thank you, Satoshi, Leo, Bodhi, Matus. Thank you so much for joining. Come and say hello. Welcome, welcome. Make sure you are liking this live. So push that out to the For You page. Let TikTok know this is fun. We got fun stuff we want to talk about, right? So, oh my gosh. So let's get started with a personal story. Um, there's a, the reason I want to do this is because the Venus transit we're going to talk about is one that I've been living all weekend. I spent Saturday batch recording all of my content for the week. This is my practice every Saturday. I just do all my recording, editing, and then I schedule it out so I don't have to film and edit and do all that crap every single day, right? So I do 7 talking head videos, shorts back to back. Then I get like a really long one that I do that gets posted once a week, all the stuff. So, and as I was sitting there between takes, thinking about what I'm building, um, I had a bit of a moment of recognition, not really about the content, but about myself, right? I realized about a year ago, maybe even about 6 months ago, I I don't know, I just wouldn't believe that this would be possible, right? The 1,000 followers on TikTok so quickly, the consecutive top percentile lives, the show that people are actually showing up for. The books that I'm writing are actually being purchased by people watching these lives, and I really hope that they're enjoying them, and please leave a review. Just, you know they're linked in bio, plug. um but the dream in Minnesota that strangers on the internet are excited about, this dream that I have of this vacation destination I want to build. And I guess what I felt wasn't exactly pride. It was more like just recognition, the recognition that somewhere along the way, I started to believe that I was worth it. And self worth, personally, is something I've always struggled with. Hello, welcome in. Hello. And and the worth goes beyond just myself. I found that this is worth being on the platform. Hello, welcome. I am here from Arizona. Welcome in. I'm worth the community and I'm worth the dream, right? That shift in my perspective of I hope, I hope this works. Hi, Emma. Hi. Thank you for joining. Welcome in. Um, that shift in my perspective of I hope this works to I am worth this working. I cannot tell you exactly when that happened, but tonight's astrology, um, that it's going to tell us why this matters, right? Oh, thank you so much, Emma. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Emma. Thanks. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I'm happy to follow, of course. Yes, thank you. So, with the astrology tonight, with Venus trine Pluto, is the transit that makes this kind of shift permanent. The shift in perspective of this work is worth working because I'm worth it, right? Versus, is it worth it for me to spend my time on? It is. It is, right? Hey. Welcome in, welcome in. So, has something in you shifted recently? Some kind of perspective about who you are and your personal value? Have you felt anything different recently? about that, about yourself? Even if it's quiet in a small way, please feel free to share that in this room. You know, I want to hear it and I want to celebrate you. And it's so good when we finally have something click for us, right? It just feels good. You feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so smart. I figured it out, you know, and which is what we need to do. What is my profession? My profession is this, talking to gab. And we're talking about our astrology and Buddhist wisdom and how to mix that all together and what tonight's astrology means for the collective, right? So today's astrology, let me tell you what's happening in the sky tonight. Let's get into it because it is genuinely significant. So Venus trine Pluto was exact today at 2:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, thank you for the rose. Shalise, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Um, Venus is in her home sign of Libra. So that's her most graceful and most powerful time when she's in her home planet, right? Or in her home sign. Pluto is in Aquarius right now, deep, permanent, and transformative. A trine between those two is pure harmony. Okay. And what they agree on when they harmonize is this one thing, what success feels like when it is yours. What you've been accepting that doesn't fully fit the life that you're building, it surfaces today. So it's something that's going to surface permanently. Like once you see it, you can't unsee it, and it's going to bother you until you do something about it. That kind of thing. Hi, Pedro. Welcome in. Thanks so much for joining. A team, thank you for joining. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. So, Pluto, we know that is the planet that's the furthest out. So, when we're talking about its orbit around the sun, it's obviously because it's so far out, the it takes the longest to go around. So the changes that Pluto makes are often permanent or long lasting anyway, right? Because we all know there's no such thing as permanence. If you've been listening to my teachings of Buddhism, there's only impermanence, right? Hi, I'm doing well. How are you today, Kareem? Welcome in, right? So, all right. And then Venus is also opposite Neptune right now. So, Neptune is the planet of dreams and spirituality and illusion. And Venus, in opposition to it, asks a harder question. All right. What in your life are you seeing clearly? And what are you still romanticizing because the truth is uncomfortable? Yeah, it's a deep question tonight from the stars and the planets. Ar- Arija or James from Kenya, welcome. Thank you. Thank you, James. I am here in Arizona, and this is the Phoenix, and this is our Phoenix Renewal Hour, right? We're doing our Phoenix show in Phoenix. I am very much a student of astrology. I will never claim to be good. Uh, but thank you, Joseph. Oh, thank you for joining. We are all students here learning, and I teach what I have learned, right? Thank you for liking the live. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you all. Oh, TikTok is telling me I have a flash goal. So I'm going to put that up on the pin if anybody wants to participate. It says 3 gifters in the next 15 minutes to send a heart me to the live. So if you haven't already, go ahead and join the live. Hit the heart me. They're only like a penny, I think, if you hit that. And then make sure you like and share out the live. I really appreciate it. Appreciate that. So I would ask that question one more time because you're a Scorpio. I am a Cancer, and Cancer and Scorpios get along really well. And I don't know why, because Cancers are so like confident and a little bit abrasive, and you can sting, right? But as a Cancer, I got my clampers too, but in this hard body, but on the inside I'm just all mush and feelings, just all mush and feelings. So I don't know why Cancers and Scorpios get along so well. Because our feelings get hurt so easy. At least mine do. I cry all the time. I cry all the time. Like, I was just, oh my gosh. So before the live, I was watching the finale of the game show. I'm watching The Traders. I love The Traders. I'm watching all the different versions. And so I just watched the Celebrity Traders UK, and the guy that won just burst into tears because he'd been carrying this burden so long because he was a trader, um and then he burst into tears, and he just felt so bad that he had to deceive all his fellow game players this whole time in order to win, but all the money went to charity, and it was a charity for children's cancer. And I'm like, Niagara Falls, I'm just bawling my eyes out too. I can't help it. You mean those between June and July? Yes, Cancer is like the end of June, most of July. Libra, which I truly believe is the sign. Yeah. Hey, welcome back, the Joyful Snow Bunny. Welcome in, AZ's finest. Welcome back. Glad you're back today. All right. Yeah. So let's read that question one more time because it is heavy. And I think it is something we all need to think about in our lives, especially right now when it is cosmically charged. Because I know I naturally just flow with what's happening with the rhythm in the stars. I am really good at being in flow with the universe and going with it. And so, like, it always seems like they call me a muse because it always seems like everything just goes my way, and I'm lucky, and I have ideas, and I can inspire you and all of these other things. But for whatever reason, I've just always been very in touch with my spirituality. And so things go easy, you know? Especially now that I've started listening to my intuition. For so many years, I was told my intuition was wrong. Everything that I felt was wrong. I was browbeaten, by the overbearing parents in religion, and I had all of these feelings and ideas, and was like, conform, 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 be the good girl, be quiet, just be a wife and a mom, don't do anything else with your life. That was what they were trying to get me to do my whole life growing up. And so I stopped listening to my intuition and ended up in some really bad situations because I thought that, what, I can't trust my own self because my parents told me I can't believe in myself, right? And don't believe in anything original that comes from me. And so that it took a lot to get out of that. I did get into some horrible situations because of all that shit. But I'm out of it now, and I listen to the feelings in my body, and I've had a whole much better time of life now that I've been doing that. Thank you for coming in. You're coming in from Mexico. Welcome. I love Mexico. I've been to Mexico like 3, 4 times in the last couple of years. I just can't get enough. So beautiful. So beautiful there. Your sister's also a Cancer? Yeah. My first husband was a Cancer. That was tough, man, because we're both so sensitive, and then we could bite. It was not a good it was not a good mix. My second husband was a Libra, I think, or Virgo, one of the two. I forget. He was the end of September, but oh my God, that guy and me, we had so much fun when we were out in public. That's why everybody was shocked when they found out things were not good because they just saw us out there having a great time, going to festivals and live music and visiting with friends and having barbecues and pool parties and all the things at the house like normal people. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. Yeah, crazy stuff. So we're safe. I'm safe. But the question again was, what in your life are you seeing clearly? And what are you still romanticizing because the truth is uncomfortable? I romanticized that second marriage because we had so much fun. We had so much fun, but it was so toxic. He was a narcissist, extremely controlling and abusive. I don't manage much on a person's behavior or mood. Yeah, sometimes. But it hits me. And a lot of times I check the astrology because I don't memorize it or anything. So I'll check it like later in the day or whatever. Because I do all, like I said at the beginning of the live, I do all my content creation, which is going through all the astrology for the week coming up and doing the videos on those. And then it's like out of sight, out of mind. I don't think about it anymore. And then I come on here and do the lives and I check the astrology again. And I'm like, well, yep, that absolutely fits what happened today. Just works. Just works. I don't know. Works for me. Oh, so, the relationship that you keep describing as complicated, but is actually not right for you. The situation you're staying in because the dream of what it could be is more comfortable than what it actually is. That romanticizing something. Venus opposite Neptune today says, look at that a little bit more clearly because the eclipse on Wednesday is going to make whatever is not real, not for you, hard to maintain. In fact, the astrology says it's impossible to maintain. Once you see, you cannot unsee, and you will have a really hard time maintaining it. So, what you can do is choose to see it now and do something about it, or the eclipse will show you and you won't have an option anymore, right? I can tell you how that works. Earlier in the year, Feb- February, April, May, I think it was May, Uranus did a big shakeup in the sky. And my whole life shook up in May, like extremely shook up to the point where I thought I was going to have to pick up and leave today, like May. Um, I have this whole plan of picking up and moving in January 2027, go to Minnesota versus Arizona. But I was going to have to do it right now in May because everything blew up in my face my entire life. And I was sure I was not going to have an option because when the planets decide it's time for something to change, they make it so uncomfortable. There is no way you can sit there anymore. And that's what was happening. And it was happening not in my like personal life as much as it was happening in my career and my work life. And I was sure, I was convinced. So I survived it all, though, barely. It's skin of my teeth with a lot of talking to my spirits and everything and working things out with my family and friends and a lot of magic. Things turned out fine. And we're still going ahead as planned, right? Bye, Mohammed. So yeah, you can choose to see what's uncomfortable now and does not belong in your life now and make a plan before Wednesday when the eclipse happens and it becomes so uncomfortable you have no choice but to change it right now. So it's up to you. But prepare your heart, prepare your mind. Either way, Wednesday's coming, right? So, and the moon is in Cancer tonight, emotional, intuitive, protective, home seeking. Cancer moon says, bring everything back to center, right? What matters most to you? Hmm? What are you protecting? What does home actually mean to you right now? Not the idea of it, the real feeling in the body. And that's what we're talking about. Going with your intuition, listening to the stars, is you feel it in your body. So when something's not right for you, you feel that in your body and you need to listen to it. It means it's not for you. There is something for you out there, and you have to make space for that. So when you are shown something in that's not for you, you feel it in your body. This is not right. So you need to break free from that because you can't receive what is for you if there's no space for it in your life. So you must release what is not meant for you if you want the blessing to come, if you want that opportunity, whatever it is that's on its way to you. You are blocking it when you hold on to things that are not actually meant for you. You must let go. You must. And sometimes you don't get a choice and you are forced to let it go, right? Right? So, no, you may not call me. Okay. So, in 2 days, the solar eclipse in Leo changes the next 6 months of your life. And Venus tonight is part of that preparation. Okay. You cannot step into an eclipse that asks you to release ego driven performance and lead from your true self while still accepting things into your life that are not authentically for you. They don't match your true, your real self worth, right? So, tonight is your chance to clear that before Wednesday forces it. Okay. So, question for you: what in Venus trine Pluto upgrading in your sense of worth tonight? So, what is being upgraded for your self worth tonight? What is Venus opposite Neptune asking you to look at in your life more honestly? Hi, Daniel. Welcome in. Welcome in. So let's see. What in your life do you need to look at more honestly? Hmm? I know I have a relationship in my life that I need to take a look at more honestly, but I don't. I'm not perfect. one of those things where it's like, I know it's not going to last. So I'm just having some fun while I can. So I'll let it go when it's time. It's not urgent, but you know how it is. So, hi, Caesar. So, like I said, if you don't let something go, you can't let something else in. Well, I'm doing it as a defense mechanism. I'm staying in a relationship with somebody that's not right for me, and I'm not right for them. But we have a lot of fun. We don't live together. So, there's no worries about any of that kind of distress. We're just not a good long term match. But we're a great short term match and we're having a lot of fun together. But he knows and I know that I will not be living here much longer. And he and I are both prepared to say goodbye when it's over and live and let live. And I tell him, I'm like, you're going to continue to live here. So start looking now and just, I can bow out, like I'll bow out if you find somebody else. That's fine because I don't care because I'm leaving. I've never been in a such a casual relationship before in my life where it's like the situationship, right? I'm in my late 40s. We always had relationships. I'm in a situationship. What the hell is that? Well, casual. Just casual. Hang out, have fun. See you later. No feelings. It's interesting. But that is something that I know is not right for me and should release. And I've been putting it on him to release because I don't want to. I'm just like, I'm leaving soon. That's my release. So I've been kind of giving it to him to do, and he's not. He's like, I'm not giving you up. I'm like, you're gonna have to, but that's all right. That's all right. So anyway, all right. So gonna go ahead and pause for a moment. Late 40s, you no man, dude. I'm a Gen Xer all the way. I'm feral. Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully some of that astrology, thank you, Daniel, hit you and something real, something landed for you. Hopefully, you can look at something in your life and I helped in some way. If I did, please share your appreciation. We can do gifts on here, send a like, share it out. Let TikTok know that you do appreciate what I do by sending a like, sending a rose, whatever you feel like doing. But that helps me so much with my algorithm. I really, really, really appreciate it if you could please like and share this out for me. I really, really appreciate it. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you are subscribing and hitting the bell. I do go live every day at 5 p.m. And do like it as well, if you please, because it does help me grow. I am trying to grow on these platforms and trying to build some value or bring some value to everybody that comes and watches me live or watches the replay on YouTube, right? So I appreciate everybody. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So we'll go ahead and get into our daily Buddhism practice. So I want to start with a quote from our Buddha, which is, you yourself, as much as anybody in the universe, deserve your love and affection. So I've brought this teaching into this live several times, um, but it is just so fitting with Venus trine Pluto exact. It just lands completely differently. It's not just a nice sentiment to love yourself, right? The cosmos is actually backing that up with one of the most permanent self worth upgrades of the year, right? Pluto is involved. And like I said earlier, Pluto is the slowest moving planet. So, what Pluto does lasts for decades sometimes, right? It's a slow moving planet, right? So, here's what I want you to really sit with. So, the love and affection that you extend, you put out into the world to everyone else around you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, sometimes even strangers in these comments say really nice things to each other and to me. You extend that love out all around you freely and naturally. So, what I think is really interesting is we do this for others freely. They don't have to earn it. The trouble is, hello, Samira. The trouble is, we feel like in order to show ourselves our own love, to turn the love inward, that we have to earn it. We have to earn our own love? That just doesn't seem right. And it isn't. It isn't right. You yourself spend no more time, you spend all your time with you. Why not show yourself the most love of all? Build and grow yourself. Complete self development. Come here. Come for your Phoenix renewal and let's talk about self love and build you up, right? We need that reminder. I need that reminder. I am worth a wonderful relationship. I am worth a business that makes money that I can live on, right? I am worth what, right? So talk about that to yourself. What are you worth? Show yourself your own love and believe in yourself and believe in your dreams. Because if you don't believe in it, if you don't actually have real belief in yourself and your dreams, who else is going to? And why would they back you up? I think that needs to really land. Hi, thank you for coming in. If you don't believe in your own dreams, why would you expect anybody else to believe in them? Hmm? Start believing in your dreams. I'm from Arizona. We are in our Phoenix Renewal Hour from Arizona. Thank you so much for joining. Where are you joining from? Is it Ishan? Ihan? Ishan? Ihan? Sorry, I'm saying your name wrong. Um, Try not to put conditions on yourself, right? Venus trine Pluto today says that conditional self love is what is being permanently upgraded. The eclipse on Wednesday is going to ask you to show up for your true self, right? Not your improved self, not your finished self, not your I earned it self, your actual real self as you are right now. And you can't do that in a place of conditional worth. Tonight is when we start doing things differently. Okay. Both of my books are linked up in my bio. Especially want to talk about right now, because we're talking about self worth, is my journey to myself, which is built exactly for this kind of inner work. Okay. So, what condition have you been putting on yourself in order to love yourself? What is it that you're waiting for to show yourself? Hi, Ederson. to show yourself love. Hi, Jeannie. Welcome. Cat's eye? I don't know what that is. Um, yeah. So have you been putting conditions on yourself? I'm sure you have. Acknowledge those. Realize that you're doing it. At least see it for yourself. You don't have to tell me, but tell yourself. Identify it when you're doing it so that you can stop doing it. Has anybody here ever done mirror work where you really look in the mirror, like look right into your eyes, and tell yourself nice things about yourself in the present? Not who you're becoming, although that is beautiful, but who you are right now. That's a great exercise. And if you do it on the regular, you will see results in your self love, how you feel about yourself, your confidence, even, right? So try that. Try being alone in front of a mirror, looking yourself right in the face, and just being like, I love you. You're great. I think you're fun. You love to love everybody. What else? What else would I say to myself? Right? And what would you say to yourself? Thank you. Thank you. I like it too. Thanks. Got a compliment on my background. So let's try practicing little things like that so that we can feel love. Show ourselves love. Don't lie to yourself. Don't be doing affirmations. Okay? Tell yourself the truth. Think about things that you're good at, things that you're proud of yourself for. I can look in the mirror right now and say, I am so proud of you for showing up and going live Monday through Friday regularly. Even though it's the end of the day for you, you've been at work all day and you're tired, but you do it anyway because you're trying to build something. And I'm so proud of you for showing up every single day. Right? You can do that. You can do that for you and whatever that thing is for you. Okay. So let's talk about what tonight's yoga practice is. And I actually have been talking about it a lot recently because Venus has been around. And this one is just so good for when Venus is around. And it's the camel pose, right? Astrasana, camel pose. And I need to tell you why this pose tonight is really not a coincidence. So, in a couple of days on Wednesday, the solar eclipse in Leo is going to ask you to release the performative you, right? And to lead with your true self. Lead in your daily life with your authentic self, not this performance you put on for the world so that you'll be accepted externally. Who gives a F about the external? Because this whole world is a reflection back to you of your own internal. Do you know that? You have to know this. So, what you see out in front of you is based on what's inside of you. So, we have to make our insides be what we want our outsides to be. Right? Okay. So, here's what most people don't understand about stepping into your true self. You cannot do it with a closed heart. You cannot lead from authenticity while you are defended and protected, right? I have my armor on, so nobody can hurt me, right? Well, the true self lives in the open chest, the camel pose, right? In the willing to be seen space where we hold all our feelings and all our vulnerability, right? Doing well. How are you? And Venus trine Pluto just permanently upgraded your sense of self worth, which means tonight is the perfect night to physically practice opening what has been protected, right? So if you can and know it, go ahead and do camel pose now. You can kneel on a mat or sit on the edge of your chair. Place your hands on your lower back for support and take a deep breath in because you're opening up your heart, opening your heart, throwing your head back, opening your throat too, because you want your true voice to be heard and your whole heart to be out, right? And when you open all that up, you take in a deep breath and let it out and release. Do that a few times and feel that openness of the throat and the heart, right? So, with this yogic tradition, this opens the anahata, the heart chakra, the energy center of love, authentic expression, and willingness to be seen. When anahata opens, something very specific happens. Your performance falls away. What's actually true comes forward. That is what Venus trine Pluto is doing energetically tonight. And that is what the eclipse is going to ask you to walk through on Wednesday. So tonight, we practice it in the body, opening up our throat and our heart, showing our authentic self, saying our truth, speaking our truth, feeling our feelings, following our intuition, being in flow with what nature wants us to do, whatever that is, right? So if you did the camel pose, put a purple heart in the comments. Let me know. Let me know. Have you been protecting what's there? It's time to go in with an open heart, right? Release that performance, that fake version of you that you've been showing to people, right? It doesn't feel good to be performative. It takes so much energy. It takes so much energy to be fake. Hi, Helene. It's so much better to just be true. And for years and years and years, I have been known as the worst liar around because I don't lie, I don't practice it. And I grew up with the movie Hook, right? And Captain Hook says, why lie when the truth is too much fun? And I stuck by that motto my entire life. But that didn't stop me from holding back my authenticity. So I wouldn't lie verbally, but I also wouldn't show who I am and what I think and what I believe because I was scared of the judgment of what people would think because I've been so harshly judged my whole life by my mother and society in general, right? Like, not everybody knows what to do with someone like me. Hello, welcome in. So I've got a little dream that I'd like to talk about if you guys want to hear. Hello, hello. Because Venus trine Pluto is actually the perfect lens for my dream tonight. I want to build a destination village in Minnesota. I want it to be filled with mushroom shaped cottages where people can stay overnight. You could rent them with your family or your friends and have a good time, right? Grandma Opal's Bakery would be there, that's named after my great grandmother. My sister's sound healing business is going nearby, and she will do a sound bath in the forest for the visitors there that day. It'd be a beautiful garden where you could take in an afternoon tea or your morning coffee, right? Cobblestone paths and twinkle lights in a place where people feel like they've stepped into an enchanted magical forest and just be feeling like they're having magic, real magic in their lives, right? And tonight, with Venus permanently upgrading my sense of self worth, I want to say something very clearly tonight. I am building something that is worthy of that. Not a small dream and not a safe dream. A real, significant, beautiful place that doesn't exist yet and absolutely will, right? The eclipse on Wednesday is also an eclipse for that dream, right? The solar eclipse in Leo asks, what are you creating from your true self rather than from what you think you're allowed to want? Hmm? For me, that answer is a mushroom village, right? Built from love, built from beauty, from my memories of different trips I've had in Europe, right? From beliefs that women and families deserve a place to become one with nature, but still have a nice, comfortable cottage to sleep in. Because who wants to sleep on the ground in a tent? Not me. Not me. And this is built for me. I'm saying, where would I want to go on vacation? What would be fun for me? I want to be one with nature. I want to get into the forest. I like nature hikes, but I also like my bed and I like toilets and showers. So that's what I would make, something where I can still garden and grow vegetables and walk through nature. And even there'll be excursions to go see waterfalls or do whatever else is in the area. But at night, you get to come home, temperature controlled mushroom house. So, what are you building that is worthy of your real self worth that has been upgraded? It has been upgraded. What is the real version, not the safe version, right? What is your dream that is so big that you're afraid to even talk about it because you don't believe that it's worth talking about? You don't think it'll happen. Make it happen. Talk about it. Make it real. What makes things real? We all have ideas, and then some of us do something with those ideas, right? Walt Disney had an idea and he built the Magic Kingdom, and then he built another one and another one and another one. Bankrupted him almost, but he did it. People have dreams. That's why we have so many different businesses out there, so many different things. And they do come true because they work at them. Oh, really, Daniel? Daniel thinks I should be in Kenya. Well, I have to go visit. I need to go visit. In fact, my dream is not just to have this mushroom village because, hello, I'm going to build this in Minnesota. It has big old winters there. We're not doing mushroom village time in the winter. This is like a spring, summer, fall kind of place, right? So what are we doing the rest of the year? I think we're going to Mexico. We're going to Italy. We're going to the Mediterranean. We're going to Australia. We're doing all the things because this girl's got a lot of life to live. So, yeah, I got lots of dreams. right? And maybe your dreams are like my dreams, or maybe they're different. It doesn't matter. The point is, you can't just dream and not do. You have to do. You have to take action, right? So we follow the stars, we get the guidance, we listen to our gut, but then we have to do something about it. So, since I'm talking about doing something about it, oh, TikTok thinks we need to make sure that we are human. There we are. Since we're talking about doing something about it, link in bio. Again, another book that I wrote. This is doing something about it. Your dreams need money. So I wrote a book, AI Side Hustles for Women Over 40. It is not a book on the philosophy of what you can do. It's actual practical steps. Tells you all about the free and inexpensive tools that are out there to help you build income like right now, right? So you do have that option. Hi, welcome in. So that's there. That's linked in my bio if you are interested. I am writing the 2027 almanac for next year's astrology and Buddhism. I actually am almost done. So I'll probably have that published on Kindle this week, actually, not tomorrow, but we'll see how busy it is tomorrow. Um, but I did a lot of work on that this weekend. And then I'm working with my friend who's going to help me with that app I've been telling you about. They've been on vacation. So when they come back, they said they would work on that app with me some more so you can get your birth natal chart. You'll need your time of birth, like latitude, longitude. Give me everything about when you were born, and I can find where all the planets, stars, constellations, everything was, tell you where your houses are, all the things, and then get you your own personalized natal reading daily in your email, right? And then we can, mix in a little bit of Buddhism with it too. So, like we do here, so you know what to do with it. So you have a little bit of guidance, not just the astrology. So that's getting built. Stuff's in the works. Keep checking my link tree. I'm always putting new stuff in there. In fact, I have a link in there. It says friend of Jill. That's for in kind. I don't know if that works everywhere, but in kind, I use this when I go out to eat because some the places that take it, I'll show you a map. They'll tell you what takes it. They'll give you cash back into the in kind app that you can then use again. You can use the cash back money towards your purchase for another meal the next time. So, like, I do this all the time, and it's just like recycling and making me get discounts on food all the time. So, anyway, it's shareable. There's a shareable link in my link tree for in kind if you're interested in that too. Doesn't I don't think I get anything out of it, but I like helping you save money, so I put that link in my link tree as well. Just trying to let you know, I'm trying to bring things to you that I feel like would be value to you. I'm pretty sure this book is only around $4 right now on Kindle because I wanted to put it on sale because people need money right now. So this is like $4.99, maybe less on Kindle right now. And then you can get this either paperback or on Kindle. And this is 400 journal prompts to self discovery for women in transition. I wrote this as I was going through my divorce and having an empty nest. All my kids are all grown up, and I'm in a house with my doggie. I can't wait to get to Minnesota and see my little mushroom village grow. But anyway, so just want to make sure y'all know that's available to you. Let's see what else. I think we got through all of it. Yeah, so we got Venus trine Pluto was exact today, and what it upgraded was your sense of self worth. So that's not even poetic language; it's literally the astrology. Pluto doesn't reverse this. So what it shifted tonight stays. It's permanent or long lasting anyway. Venus opposite Neptune asked you to look clearly at what is real, what you've been romanticizing in your life, what needs to change before that eclipse arrives. So you've got a couple of days for that. The moon in Cancer tonight asked, what matters most to you? What are you protecting? What does home actually feel like in your body right now? I see you. Those questions are worth sitting with tonight, right? So that's it. We got through it, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Make sure you're following me, subscribing, all the things. Be back at 5 p.m. on Tuesday with one day left before the eclipse. We got some good stuff. Remember, your authentic self is who you're meant to be, who you truly are. And there's nothing wrong with that. Be who you really are. Embrace it. Love yourself. Fix your inner world by loving yourself, embracing your true self. And that is our main message tonight. And I love you so much. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, my friends.